Hey all, Rusty RVerTV, welcome. Check it out. We're on Interstate 84. That is the mighty Columbia River off to the right. Going to make a little stop right here in Hood River, Oregon, before we continue on. There is a massive airplane, automobile, antique museum way up top of the hill here. I've always seen it on the maps, always wanted to stop. Well, guess what? Today we're stopping. Then from here, we're heading straight up to Longview, Washington. Going to be camping on the Columbia River, watching big ships later. How about that? Heck yeah. So sit back, get ready. Journey starts now. Alright, this is Oak Street, the main drag through town here. It's part of the old Highway 30, the old original road. See old brick buildings, all restored, just like the Dalles, Hood River. A lot of these little towns through here just go so far back because of the river, centuries back. Absolutely amazing. But we got to go up the hill. I'm kind of just following along Google Maps. We're going to cut up the hill, find that big museum. It's up by the airport, actually next to it. Never been there, always read about it. For a small town like Hood River to have a big museum like this is pretty good. Plus, we might see the mountains again, view of the mountains. Perfect weather, blue sky. Old US 30 reminds me of a lot of the Route 66 stuff, where the old towns are still fixed up and all that for it. Okay, the phone is saying turn left here. Okay. Oh, look at this semi. He needs some room. We'll give it to him. Yeah, that's a big turn for that big truck, isn't it? Alright, we're just going to follow him up the hill. I've never been up here. I've always just stayed right on the main drag. There's a Walmart here I've stopped at through the years. Get fuel and whatnot here. Nice residential. Look at the homes. They are huge. Oh my goodness, this is another chunk of town up here. You don't even realize it. We made it up top. Still got a little ways to get to the museum. But you can sure tell the way the architecture is on those homes, how old they are. Now they're just kind of buried in businesses and whatnot. Look, they're working on that one. A lot of traffic, pretty heavy traffic, really. Barely see the top of the mountain. That'd be Mount Hood out there. Trees are kind of blocking it. We're almost there. We've been winding up this road. Didn't look that far in the maps. Airport should be out here. There's a ton of businesses out here mixed in with all the houses. Big area. I didn't think Mount Hood was this big. All right, here it is. Yay. Found it. Heck yeah. See the mountain? Right above the building. There's Mount Hood. This is their municipal airport, I believe. There it is. WAAAM Museum. Western Automotive Airplane Antique Museum. Something like that. Wow, it's huge, isn't it? All right, let's go in. Let's check her out. We're here. They're open. Well, there's that Mount Adams. That would be across the river then, if I got my bearings straight. So we're up here enough you get views of all the volcanic mountains. Be something to take a plane ride around here and really see all that from the air, huh? All right, well, let's go on in. I'm well. How about you? Nice gift shop. This place is massive, the lady said. There's like 3 buildings that go through, big hangars. Ton of history here. A lot of it's Oregon history. All right, well, let's head on in. All right. Where to start? Maybe we'll head towards the back, I guess. Wow. These things look new, don't they? They got a restoration shop here, the lady said. Nice lady at the counter. Took my money. Need a fishing lure. Go fish that Columbia River. Heck yeah. What else you got? Radios. So there's a lot more here than just aircraft and cars, huh?
The white brochure is kind of a visitor's guide for you.
Oh, okay.
The orange paper is what we're doing for Second Saturday the rest of the year. We have a program called Second Saturday around here. And if you're here on a second Saturday, one, you get a free tour of the aircraft restoration shop.
Oh,
We hire a full-time paid restoration director, and he has a separate hangar.
okay.
Two, you get free rides in whatever antique cars we happen to be exercising, and we usually take out 5 to 10 cars and run them.
Okay.
Three, if the weather's so good, you can buy a biplane ride. And four, if you can take your life in your hands and eat lunch here.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So take your life in your own hands if you eat lunch. Well, what a facility to maintain, my goodness. They gotta have private donors. Oh my goodness, look at this. Holy moly.
That yellow biplane there is, yellow and blue biplane, is the rarest airplane in the museum.
Oh,
And it was the prototype for all of the Boeing biplane trainers made in World War II. They made over 10,000. That was the prototype. They only made one.
oh,
That was restored in our restoration shop, and 2 years ago we flew that airplane and the aircraft next to it, both of them to Oshkosh, Wisconsin,
oh,
and back.
wow. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. What part of Arizona do you live in?
Pardon me?
I said, what part of Arizona do you live in?
I live in northern Arizona, Kingman area.
Kingman, okay.
Yeah.
I go through Kingman quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-4 times a year. Have they finished the construction on that?
Nice gentleman, full of info. But I want to take my own tour. The RVerTV one. These are just so pristine. I mean, the whole facility. Look at this, brand new floor. All sealed up and epoxied. Never knew. No wonder the reviews are so high on this place when you look at it on Google and all that, see it online. I think everything in here works. It flies. What an air show they could put on here. My goodness. Those are Army, aren't they? Got the Army colors. Got gliders up there. Old twin engine. Somewhere in here there's supposed to be like an old time American Airlines, I think. Like from the 30s. Still got the seats in it. We'll find it. Helicopter. Army car. Those were like a limo, huh? My dad was a World War II vet. A lot of this is real vintage. Looks like World War II. 40s, 50s. Now that's a real car. Solid steel. I don't know if they used that bright blue color back then, but it looks cool. Big old headlights that look like eyes staring at you. Pretty darn amazing. Motorcycles. I I don't know. It's almost overwhelming to come in here. Absolutely amazing. For a town of the size of Hood River, definitely put this on the list. If you're a car buff, airplane, or just want something to do when you're traveling along that busy Interstate 84 along the Columbia River, pop up the hill here. Cadillac convertible. What a tank that thing is, huh? Wow. Same identical cars right in a row. Makes you want to jump in and drive one. There's not a speck of dust, anything in here. Big old white walls on that thing. Those headlights always crack me up, though. Like eyes staring at you. The old gangster cars you see in movies. Heck, that's a limousine, I bet. They gotta have titles and everything registered. Of course, as an antique, I guess you can get an antique classification on some of this stuff. All of it. What do I know? Uh-oh, here's the newer ones. How did they find all the parts? There must be a lot of backstory on this place. The mechanics to rebuild these things. Well, I missed this over here. We got to check this too before we head back to that other hangar. An old roadster, huh? Semi truck, an older one. Oh, look, dragster. Twig Ziegler. All engine. You just sit in there and go for it. That's cool. Here's more of my speed, like 8 miles an hour. Slow and steady. Heck yeah. Well, I am thoroughly impressed here. I think we've seen some of this already. Gas pumps, furniture, little replica buildings there. Jeeps, tractors. You name it, it's in here. Well, heck, I'm an antique. I belong in here too. Old pickups, work trucks. All right, this is where we started at the blue plane. Now we'll explore this first building we came in. They got a car next to each plane. Oh, even the propellers look brand new. See a lot of drip pans underneath the engines. They all leak oil. Well, after all these years, the seals are probably not the best. Shows they're a running vehicle, though. Not a lot of room in that thing, is there? Oh no, I never really had the urge to fly. I always kind of liked both feet on the ground, but a lot of people do. They say it's safer than driving. Kind of believe 'em anymore. Most of these roads are crazy to drive on. Pacific Air Transport. Probably back in the old airmail days. Well, I dare anyone to come up with a better air museum for a small town. Everything's protected. This is an insulated, heated building. Because they do get rough weather here. You get winter, the heat in the summer, all the humidity. These things will be here forever. Now that plane is red. You'd see that in the sky, wouldn't you? There it is. There's that airliner. That's what the nice lady was talking about. It's on display here. It's got wood seats in it. They even got a airport light. Works. Everything works in here. Okay, they put the suitcases in the wing. It's like an old Howard Hughes deal, isn't it? Here's your American Airlines. Old wood door, the glass in it. Oh, it's a Ford tri-motor. 5AT. Ford built this. Called the Tin Goose. Average cruise speed 105 miles an hour. It would fly about 15,000 feet. I mean, there ain't no heat, no nothing in here. But people that never flew before, they jumped in this thing and probably just had the ride of their life. 3 engines on this thing. Imagine the turbulence you'd hit. Heck yeah. Pretty darn cool, though. Well, it was worth the admission just to see this old thing. Cool looking old bench. Pan American is what this was. Pan American. Here's a biplane, a couple of them. More than a couple. Many. Many, many. Pan American Airlines. Very cool. Well, I'm going to make my way back towards the van. We got over 100 miles left. I want to make it up to Longview this afternoon. I reserved a site right on the Colorado in a tiny little county-owned park. We're going to see some big old ships. Now there's our ride for you. Bicycle tires with an engine. Kind of like one of the Wright brother creations, huh? But wherever you look in here, you're going to see history. They're saving history. Very, very important. Old Indian motorcycle. That goes way back. See, one with the open seating like that. Now, to me, if you're going to fly in one of these old things, that'd be the way to go. Put the old goggles on and strap in and off you go. You'd see a lot more, wouldn't you? All right, well, let's head out for the van. Even outside, they got an old caboose. A couple of things out here. What a huge facility, though. Labor of love. All them guys in there are volunteers. They volunteer to work here. They live and breathe this stuff. That's cool. What a stop. Highly recommend. All right, fasten your seat belts. There's stuff flying through the air. Nice and green. They get rain here. Look at that mountain. Snow-capped mountains. Volcanoes, actually. Yeah. Get back on this busy road. We're going to cut right back down to Highway 30. Then we're going to pick up Interstate 84. Big grocery stores up here and everything. Walgreens. Sure gives you a different look at Mount Hood like this. Because I always just drove through that little downtown area, the old town. Because that's down there where the Walmart is. Never knew all this was up here. This is even one-way streets here. Well, I got plenty of fuel. It's getting on almost early afternoon. I want to make a little time once we get down to Interstate 84. You're kind of stuck. You almost have to take the interstate. All right, here's the old US 30. Pretty much runs across the country. Lincoln Highway, isn't it? I know there's parts of it in Nevada. It's still part of the old loneliest road in America too, I believe. And here's the interstate. Very, very busy road. Down in the description, I'll put a link. About 2 years ago, I drove the old road. Be off to the left of the interstate. That was a very historic little trip. I'll put the link to that video down in the description. Make sure you click it and watch it. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of interstate travel, but we're going to do 100 miles and get ourselves up to Longview, Washington. So enjoy the ride. Welcome to Washington. Right up the road here will be the Columbia River. I reserved a spot. The place is called the County Line Park. Just a small county park with RV hookups. And we should be seeing some big old ships going up and down the Columbia. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you sign up for e-newsletter, putting one out once a month now. Got all kinds of cool stuff in there, articles, blogs about previous travel, future travels. We also got a merch shop called the Armchair Traveler Series. Hats, mugs, shirts, all that kind of good stuff. And we have the famous, heck yeah, merch as well. Coffee mugs, hats, shirts. Very popular, make great gifts. Once again, it's RVerTV.tv, and I appreciate it very much. All right, off to the left, there's our Columbia River again from the great state of Washington. This road's kind of fast-paced, hard to film. Look at that. Those homes are right on the river. I was at this park, 8-9 years ago. And it's just the best place to see the big ships. There's a deep water marker right there in the river. And I'm talking big. It'll be fun. We'll capture a couple of them before it gets dark. It's getting in mid-afternoon now. But back there in Hood River, that was just worth stopping, spend some time there. That big museum. I'll remember that one. All that screen there and that rock is keep rocks from falling down on us. What a pretty ride through here. Okay, I think we're getting closer. But these campsites are right on the water. I mean, you can't get any closer. Great fishing through here. You know, and the salmon are running. Oh my goodness. Everyone comes here and fishes in. Bet fall colors would be pretty through here. They do get winter. You can get snow, ice. Gets cold. Tomorrow we're gonna go back across the river into Oregon, cut through Astoria. Then we're gonna double back into Washington. That's the plan anyway. We'll see. Hopefully it's nice clear weather. We'll do it. Not too much wind. The winds can really scream through here, and I mean scream hard. See, there's someone down on the bank fishing. More of them right there. I see a little fishing boat out there too. Alright, according to the phone, it's right up here to the left. And you say, where is it? Fast-paced road. Here it is. Yay. We made it. Now talk about having RV hookups right on the Columbia River. Check this out. It's not fancy. They do have restrooms here. And I reserved the end spot right down here. Number 12, that's mine. So let me get backed into it. I'm going to get set up, and hopefully we'll catch a few of the big ships coming up through. I'll walk over and tell the camp host I'm here, but I've already reserved it, talked to him. This park is run by another big RV park up the road. But it's owned by the county, I guess. Alright, I'll be back. Almost missed this guy. Look at that thing. Just huge. 1,000 feet long. There's actually a website. You can track ship traffic all over the world. Actually, there's a few of them. But there's people in here fishing, and them big boats are gonna come right past here. So this is home for the night. We'll catch a few more. There's Mount St. Helens with the top of it missing. He's checking me out. He's looking for a free fish dinner. There's buzzards all flying around, getting the carcasses and all that. Probably from the ships hitting the fish. Here comes one. It's getting a little later in the day. It's going to start getting dark here in a little while. They cruise along about 15 miles an hour. They go by knots. Even on the app, on the websites, it'll show their speed and exact location. But he is plowing some water there, isn't he? Just massive, isn't it? I mean, he's raising that water up about 4 or 5 feet off the bow. They're burning fuel, aren't they? come clear across the ocean from all over the world. The ports go clear down into Portland and even farther. Vancouver, Longview. So many ports. Shipping traffic in here is huge. Just massive. I could sit here all day, all night and watch these things. I think it's just cool. Kind of relaxing, really. You always wondered what they're hauling in there too. Big one like that usually hauls grain and ore. They load them. But you know, all the wood products, logs, cars, just amazing. All the different style ships that come through here. Then they fly the flag of their country from where they're from. Well, I'm going to finish setting up. There you can see the top of Mount St. Helens, what's left of it. A couple years ago I went out and filmed that. It was something to see. Now here's the waves coming in. The roller wake from that ship. There's your Kodak moment. Mount St. Helens and a big ship on the Columbia River. Here's your postcard Kodak moment. All right, I'm all set up. Waiting for a couple more ships to go by before it gets dark on me. Need some gravel. They drive from way up top in that barge so they can see over all the stuff they're pushing. Now that's burning fuel. That kind of reminds you of the Mississippi River being down there, huh? All the barges. Everything's named. They all got their names on them. This is an auto transport. I just looked up on these websites. You can even see what kind of ship and what they carry. There's an auto transport. This thing's full of cars, thousands of cars. Isn't that cool looking? I read an article. A lot of these ships, they cost like $1 billion with a B, billions of dollars to buy them. But 1 or 2 voyages and it's paid for. That's how much money they collect transporting stuff across the oceans. They got different levels where they park the cars. Maybe one level Chevy, the other one's Ford. I'm teasing. Dodge. What do I know? But those crews, they live on these things for weeks, probably months at a time. These buzzards have been flying around. There's something down there they're wanting to eat. There's Mount St. Helen again in the background. Still there. Well, too bad he don't pull over here and lower the ramp, and I'll take a Chevy pickup. See the door on the side? Those are big ramps where they drive the cars up on them. Almost like an elevator. LNG propane powered? Huh. That's a lot of propane. Well, too cool for school. I don't know if I've ever seen one this close like that. It doesn't seem to be displacing the water like them other ships. LNG powered. That's propane, correct? Heck yeah. Huh. Wonder how that thing would be out in the rough seas, being all boxy looking. Probably okay. Well, away it goes. It's got about 20 miles to get up towards like Astoria and head out to sea. That's what they're eating on. They found an old fish. Been a bunch of them down there squawking and carrying on. So the buzzards are having dinner. The sun's starting to set. This is going to be the last ship I'll probably catch. Big old freighter coming through, huh? What a great day we've had. Started out at Hood River, big museum, and had 100 miles of interstate, but got through that okay. Right back up here in this mighty Columbia River, great state of Washington, watching big ships go by. Not bad, huh? The This is the 2026 Journey Never Ends Summer Series. Right here in RVerTV. I appreciate you tuning in. In the morning, we're going to go right up the road, cross over into Oregon, go check out Astoria. Then we're going to double back right into Washington. Journey continues. Talk soon.